And we are live, No Chill Live, episode 141.
Oh my God, let's go.
We are back, guys. I know you missed us.
We're starting hot. Episode 141.
Yes, man.
What a week it has been, man.
Seriously.
What a week.
2 weeks, we haven't been back. So much has happened, though. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. We're on Bumble, Twitch, Kick. Damn.
This beat is hard, too. This beat is great.
Man, I'm loving the BBL Drizzy challenge. Shout out to Metro Boomin. That shit was genius. I would never think of no shit like that.
Listen, when somebody gives you lemons, you make some fucking lemonade, and he did it. He definitely did it.
Oh man, yeah. We are back, guys. We missed you. We almost came back last week. We planned to take a week off, but once Kendrick dropped Euphoria, I was like, we might have to, we might have to talk about this. But I'm glad we didn't, cause we got so much more.
Oh my God, it was like Euphoria dropped. There was just a little lull, and then the weekend was fireworks. It was fireworks. It was dynamic. I don't even know where to start with this conversation.
Let's start at Cinco De Mayo, man. Did you get to celebrate this weekend, bro? We didn't get the best weather on Sunday, but I don't know. I don't think we talked about that. Did you get to celebrate Cinco de Mayo this year?
So I didn't go out and celebrate or anything like that. It was Nat and I chilling in the crib.
Okay.
And it, like you said, it was raining and stuff. We decided to just stay in, and we did do some shots. I had some tequila. Shout out to Doble Maestro or something like that. Ooh. That tequila is good.
Okay.
But it did the job. It did the job. It definitely made me feel like I was in Mexico again, turning up. How about you? What'd you end up doing Sunday?
Yeah, it's crazy. Americans celebrate Cinco de Mayo more than actual Mexicans.
For real.
For real. But, I had some Coronas. I was with my family. We watched Game 7, Cavs and Magic, and then called the Tom Brady roast. My mom made some, fajitas, some empanadas.
Nice.
We had some Coronas, but no tequila, so I felt like a little bit of a failure in that regard. But you know what? It is what it is. Can't celebrate every year, man.
Exactly. Sometimes you got to skip it. But what about you, Troy? What were you up to Sunday?
Yeah, so Sunday, the weather was pretty crappy out, but luckily there's this bar across the street. Shout out to Golden Cicada. They usually hook me and my fiance up. So we went over there for some little Cinco de Mayo treats. We had a few shots, a few drinks, some tacos. It was nice.
That's dope,
nice
man.
Time.
That is dope.
They have that New Wave party at Golden Cicada, right?
They do. They have New Wave. They have karaoke. They have a lot of cool stuff there. So we try to pop in at least once or twice a week.
Which nights do they have those? Is it every week or every
Thursdays? Every Thursday is karaoke. New Wave, I think it's once they do one Friday a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I got to remember that because I always like to note where they do karaoke.
Yeah.
Have you done karaoke?
I have. I've done it, I think, 3 or 4 times.
Oh,
wow.
Might do it tomorrow, maybe. Who knows? Depends on the night goes. But yeah, I like it. It's fun there.
It's been a while since I've done karaoke.
Really?
Yeah.
It's good. We gotta get a karaoke crew soon.
Oh, man. Let us know, guys. Karaoke, if you guys are down, let us know. We should definitely do karaoke on here one day. We have all the equipment. Just pull up some karaoke beats. We've been asking for the keyboard for a long time, bro.
We have. But listen, the keyboard is in the closet behind suitcases and stuff. It's not coming out anytime soon. It is not coming out the closet. Pause.
No Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy. Whatever. Listen, we're going to get into some no Diddy shit in a little bit, talking about this rap beef.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a whole lot. We've been talking about this for a long time.
Yeah.
I've been personally anticipating this for, I don't know, since the Control verse.
Yeah, it's 10 years.
Seriously, 11 years almost.
Yeah.
Shit, it's crazy.
It's nuts, but it finally arrived.
On and popping, man. Like I remember after Dreamville last year, Drake and Cole were on stage together. We talked about it.
On stage together a lot.
Well, I'm talking about at Dreamville last year. Like they both co-headlined. And you triggered me, man. You triggered me when you said, when we look back, people are going to argue. It's going to be a hard argument. Drake or Cole, who's the greatest? And I really had to compose myself. Because I'm like, how could you not mention Kendrick Lamar, bro? How could you not? But listen, this is something that we didn't even know we would get an answer to in a year. But
we didn't.
Shit got crazy, man. And we talked about Dreamville this year. Cole apologized, We heard your feelings about that.
We did.
But, I don't know. To see how things actually unfolded, I feel like Cole looked smart for Tap It Out early and just, being like, I'm good.
He looks smart, but I don't think it changes my opinion on the things that I said. Like, he looks smart, but he also looks soft. And, like, he ran from the smoke. Now, granted, this turned into a lot more than just, like, who's the better rapper, who's got better bars, production, content, flow, delivery. Like it turned into a lot more than that.
Yeah.
But
you told
and I thinking about it, he wouldn't have fared well in this at all because he just clearly didn't have the heart for it. So it wouldn't have gone well.
I don't know if he would have taken it to the places that Drake and Kendrick took it to. Honestly, there's no way to know. But clearly he didn't believe what he already put on wax.
Yeah.
But you told me, man, you said he found peace, man. They found Cole out in the wild.
Dude, it's nuts. All day today I'm seeing posts of some random fan just found him at the beach. Found him at the beach, just like everybody joked for the last week saying that Cole is so happy that he's not involved in this mess. He's somewhere just like riding his bike through New York, eating some food, like relaxing in the booth, just smoking a cigar, like doing some bullshit. And here he is at the beach, headphones on, with his laptop, just vibing out, just vibing by himself.
I'm not mad at it. Troy, what did you think? What do you think about Cole? Do you look at his apology a bit different now?
No, I mean, I feel like this is exactly what we kind of assumed was going on. Like he just didn't. He doesn't hate Kendrick. He doesn't hate J. Cole or Drake. They both do not like each other. So he's like, I don't have this energy. So I feel like he would be coming to like this gunfight with a knife, and he's like, or like a baseball bat. It's like, okay, this is not really going to do much, and it's just going to hurt him in the long run. And he's gonna get exposed and all this other stuff. He's too old for that. He just wants to be chill, be friends with everybody, and I don't fault him.
Yeah, I like seeing Cole on the beach now, like in his element, living his life outside of the nonsense. Because I was saying, I think our last episode, I think we were saying we were a little bit burnt out from the beef, and I was saying like I couldn't imagine like being involved in this and playing the internet games, the way Ross and Drake were. It just seems exhausting. So.
Well, I think, and we'll talk about it, but I think that was part of Drake's downfall. But I Am Cincinnati Man says, nah, get it right. Cole apologized after a bunch of shit he talked on his album.
Damn,
he did.
You agree with that stance?
I do. He apologized after he took a whole bunch of shots. But I do also agree with your perspective. Maybe he is looking a little smarter for bowing out of this. Because, oh man.
A lot happened. I would say, I was really tempted to jump on and talk about Euphoria last week because when you guys sent the link, I'm not sure who sent it. Who did you send it or Troy sent it?
I think I sent it.
I think you sent it.
I don't remember, but I remember it was Tuesday. Mm-hmm. The song dropped, and I listened to it, and I was like, "Oof." He went crazy on this. I thought it was great. Now, it took him a little bit of time, I guess, 10 days, something like that, from when Push-Ups and then Tailor Made was dropped a few days after that, and then Kendrick dropped. But Euphoria was great. Euphoria, honestly, it's still probably my favorite of all the tracks that we've heard. I guess it's like 6 that came out since then or something. I don't even know. But I would say that's probably my favorite one.
Yeah, I was super excited to hear Euphoria. When we last went live, we talked about push-ups and tailor-made freestyle, and we talked about like what's gonna happen next.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hope Kendrick takes his time. He takes a long time to put out his albums. He's not really in the public eye like that at all. But I did ask. I was looking forward to it. I was looking forward to the response, and I feel like he delivered with Euphoria. Just the way the intro went, man.
Oh my God, the intro that shit was smooth. When I heard it, I was concerned at first because I thought like, oh, don't slow walk it too much. Like, don't give me some shit the way that Cole did, where he was just like casually talking to people and stuff in the diss track. Like, let me hear those punches. And Kendrick, he knew how to set it up.
Yeah, he did, man. And I feel like Euphoria, after all the smoke has cleared from the past week, Euphoria aged like fine wine, man.
Yeah.
The bars. He prophesized what was going to happen, man. He said, them superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling. You're moving just like a degenerate. Every antic is feeling distasteful. I calculate you're not as calculated. I can even predict your angle. Fabricating stories about the family on the family front because you heard Mr. Morale. Okay. I think all of Drake's disses have been based on him listening to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And clearly, re-listening to Euphoria at the beginning, Kendrick knew. He knew what was coming. He knew about Drake's new Family Matters before it even happened, but he was punching heavy on Euphoria. He had a lot of disses that I loved. He said, that's why I'm wearing this shirt, man. He said, "Headshot of the year." You're gonna walk around like Daft Punk, man. I got a lot of heat last year when For All the Dogs came out. I was very disappointed, and I said, Drake should stick to making house music. Like, I meant that shit. So a lot of people were talking mad shit to me on that take. So, I'm loving this, man. I was loving Euphoria.
Well, listen, he about to get chased out of rap for sure after we finish talking about the rest of this shit. It definitely is going to happen that way. I mean, so the first verse was smooth. Then the second verse, he jumps right into it. And he starts spitting. He talks a lot of smack about Drake. He starts just going crazy. Where's the line that I really like?
What is it? The braids?
Yes. When he said that, I was like, "Oh my God."
Oh my God, man. This is what Drake asked for. You said you gave Drake a lot of credit for Tailor-Made Freestyle. You really like that record.
I
kind of shit on it. I like Push-Ups outside of him mentioning Kendrick's wife's name, which we both said he didn't learn his lesson from the Pusha T thing 5-6 years ago, which also came back to bite him. But
that whole middle section, the part where he says, "What is it, the braids?" and then he says, "I hurt your feelings. You don't want to work with me no more." Okay. And then when he goes right into talking about 3 goats left, I seen 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I was like, oh.
Another thing,
because we've seen it a whole bunch.
I told you, man. That's why when Like That came out, I was like, "What? How do you think he feels seeing them together?" You know, and obviously he felt some type of way because they did mention him on First Person Shooter. Like That came out, and that's why I really love Kendrick Lamar, because I said I felt like when Drake released Push-Ups, he took the bait. I also said after Like That, like, I didn't see a way for Drake to come out of this situation winning. I was just like, it's not really worth it for him to risk it. And also he's going up against a monster in Kendrick Lamar.
You were right. I mean, see, the problem is when you were saying that, I was hearing you from like your Kendrick fan stance. And I didn't really agree with it. Also, I didn't foresee any of the way that this all would play out, whether it's Cole or whether it's Drake or anything. Like, it all just went like way left for anybody that wasn't Kendrick. Like, it just went completely insane. But that second verse on Euphoria, he snapped on that. He snapped on that's like one of my favorite verses of this whole diss shit. And then the third verse, he went crazy again. Like he talked about back to back. He was like, oh, why would I call around trying to get dirt on niggas? Y'all think my life is rap? He started going into morals, integrity, discipline. Like he went crazy.
Yeah.
He went crazy on Euphoria. That and the having like 3 different beats in a song. Granted, Drake did the same thing in Family Matters, but when I heard it in Euphoria, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and it's different because Euphoria came out first, and also Family Matters started off with the end of Push-Ups, which I still like that beat. But the way Kendrick ended Euphoria is saying, you know, if you take it there, I'm taking it further. That's something you don't want to do.
Yeah, he did. And he whispered it. He tried to tell you a secret. Tried to tell you a secret, Crody. Like, tried to let you know. Like, I think that in hindsight, looking at everything that's happened over the last week, I think it really is true that Kendrick had somebody in Drake's camp that was feeding him information, and that he knew Family Matters was going to be coming. And I think he stepped on Family Matters twice. Yeah. I think he stepped on it first with Euphoria, and then again later on with Meet the Grams. Because like when you listen to everything in totality, even in the order that it dropped now, it sounds like he's talking about Family Matters in Euphoria. It is crazy.
It is crazy, man. And that's why I love Kendrick, because like everything he does is so layered and nuanced and calculated. Yeah. And he called his shots before he shot his gun off. You know, he let Drake kind of overstep multiple times. I think Drake saying that, you know, saying his wife's name in Push-Ups was a mistake. Outside of that, I didn't really have a problem with the record. I know you liked Drake talking about multiple people on that record, but you said if Kendrick responds, you need to focus on Kendrick.
Yeah.
Drake, he didn't listen to that, man.
He didn't. And I think that he made a few different errors through this whole thing. I think him trying to take on everybody that's dissing him, that's like, it's not going to land when you got one dude shooting your fucking lights out. Yeah. Like, you can't just think, oh, yeah, let me spend half the song talking about this dude and then readdress everything I said or that I need to say to everybody else. Or let me go on social media and respond and, like, post me. Like, you got to focus. This dude is trying to kill you. He told you that. Like,
for real. Troy, what did you think about Euphoria? Is that still your favorite diss?
Yeah, I think it is. It's still like my number 1 played song on Spotify so far. Nice. And yeah, when I first heard it, I was like, wow, this is... For me, it's just like, again, I'm a Kendrick stan. I like Drake too, but I think Kendrick is just like tiers above him and J. Cole artistically, lyrically, rapping skill-wise. But anyways, no, I really liked it. It checked all the boxes. I thought it was a great response. You know, what is it, the braids? I've been saying that nonstop.
And you got your braids done.
Fresh twist. Yeah, I love it. It's cracking me up. But yeah, no, I think it was a very solid reply, a good counter from J. Cole's, you know, push-ups and stuff. I was like, all right, cool, we got a nice little battle. Kind of like set it for me. I was like, okay, no, this is really happening. I'm ready. Let's see what happens. Yeah.
Like when I heard Euphoria, I was very impressed with Kendrick. I was like, this is a solid response. I had it like I said, I think this was probably one of my favorite, if not the favorite of all these songs that dropped. So I had Kendrick up 1 at that point. I mean, he just addressed like direct shit. I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake who acts tough. The first time I held a Drake, they told me hold it like this, and I was like, yo, what is going on? Like,
bro, he hit on so many things.
Yeah, he really did.
And it was hard. It's hard to fight against that when he's already kind of setting the tone, painting a picture. And I feel like Drake kind of was very arrogant throughout this entire thing.
He was chasing him. That's the thing. Like, you can't chase somebody down after they push them back, and then when you get snuck, be like scared or surprised. Like, Kendrick dropped Euphoria on a Tuesday. We didn't hear nothing from Drake at all for the next like 3-4 days.
That's not true, man. He was on Insta stories. Posting clips from, you know, white girls and movies again.
Oh my God.
He was busy, you know, but I love, you know, even when Kendrick says, you know, I even hate when you say the word nigga. But that's just me, I guess. Some shit is just cringeworthy.
Yeah.
Cringeworthy. It don't even got to be deep, I guess.
And that came back. It definitely came back.
Well, that's how Drake started off Family Matters. I mean, before Drake even dropped Family Matters, Friday morning, you know, Kendrick dropped 616 in LA, which is my third favorite diss from all of this. I love
Is it
that
really?
song. Yeah.
Okay.
I love the Al Green sample. I love his flow. I love how Kendrick had 4 totally different songs that he put out in a week. Like, I love new music from Kendrick, and I love, you know, I love the angle he took. I feel like it was just another warning, like, don't do it. Don't put this out because I know more things about your inner circle. I have some things, and Drake didn't listen, man. Drake let off his nuke. It was Friday night, midnight, and Family Matters dropped, bro.
It did. But you want to talk about 616 or no?
Not really. I mean, I feel like so much other stuff has happened. Unless you had something specific about it.
No, I like 616. It wasn't my favorite, though, because I do think that Drake tried to do the same thing with Family Matters. And I think he would have been successful with stepping on 616 if Kendrick didn't have another one ready right after that. It was it was just a huge surprise. So Friday, I'm out at a Spanish party. Somebody in Nat's family had a birthday, so we were out celebrating, and Spanish music all night long.
Nice.
And my phone is blowing up at like 11 something saying, "Oh shit, Drake just dropped."
He hit the red button, man.
He did. He hit the red button. Everybody was going crazy. They're like, "Oh shit, this is the Drake we wanted to hear." I'm like, "Fuck, man, I'm in this party and I cannot listen to this song." And then next thing you know, 20 minutes later, I go back to Twitter to see what people are saying, and they're like, "Oh my God, Kendrick just dropped," and I'm like, I feel like niggas trolling me right now. I feel like people just lying. And then I found the songs, and I'm like, I'm in this party, and I cannot listen, and I'm upset. So, did you guys get a chance to listen to it real time, like when they first dropped, or what happened?
I was dead asleep. Like, no, I had to wait till the morning. Troy, I know you sent it in the chat. You heard it, right?
Yeah, I heard them both. I forgot what I was doing. I think I was watching a movie or catching up on a show. And I think my other brother, Tori's like, he sent me something. He's like, oh, like, I think, no, my phone's on silent. And it was like 20 minutes after I see just catching up Drake dropped. And I was like, oh shit. And it was like Kendrick dropped. And I was like, I turned this off. Like, Shannon, hey, hang in there. And we just listened to it. And like her jaw was on the ground. She was like, oh my God. And I was like, this is the best night ever. I was loving it. It was great.
Listen, it ended up being the best night ever for me too, around 2:00 in the morning. Because at that point, people were starting to get tired. I was like, yo, let me get this aux. Like, I need to listen to what's happening here.
Did you play them in order? Or?
Yeah, I played Family Matters first, and then I played Meet the Grams. And
you played Meet the Grams at a party, man. Talk about scaring the hoes.
They all went in the kitchen. They were smoking and drinking in the kitchen. They let me have my time.
Okay.
But it was my God. I mean, listen, I don't want to kill Family Matters because I thought it was great.
Okay.
I really did. When I listened to it, I was like, this is exactly what you needed to respond at least to Euphoria, because it was the same kind of pattern as Euphoria, like 3 songs all in one. He was spitting. I thought there were some really great bars in there. Like I thought it landed well. I really did.
Shot a whole music video, man. He had the minivan from Good Kid, Mad City.
Had the video, made it like a little bop in there. Like it was some of the verse was a vibe. And then I listened to Meet the Grams. And the same thing, what you said, Shannon, just mouth dropped. Like, I was just like, I was sitting there like, wow. The disrespect. And I think that's what people are missing in this whole conversation, because you got people taking Drake's side still, and I'm like, how in this world could you possibly? You got people talking bad about Kendrick. Oh, he didn't prove anything. Like, the whole point of a diss track is to disrespect the other person as much as possible. Like, that's the point. It's not like, oh, you're on the clock, you got to drop this song in the same time frame the other person did. It's not, oh, you got to prove that what you're saying is true. It's not, oh, you have to have the nicest production or the best beats in the world. No, I'm trying to make you feel like you don't never want to talk to me again. Like, you want to see me in the street. Like, you want to grab your gun from the closet. Like, that's the way a diss track is supposed to be presented.
Whoa, let's not talk about guns.
No.
People have been
I'm
shot.
not saying we want people to do that. I'm saying we want them to feel like that.
I'm just saying people got shot in the last week too. Like,
True.
So we'll talk about that too.
Thoughts and prayers. But that's what he did with Meet the Grams. That's what he did. He started the song off. The first two words are "Dear Adonis, I'm gonna talk to your son because you not listening." Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was shook when I saw Meet the Grams. I was like, he better not talk about me. Come on, Kendrick, I'm on your side.
You thought he was going extended family?
I don't know. It might happen. I might get that fifth verse, man. I'm good. But I was a little bit shook. But going back to Family Matters, Drake, he did respond to multiple people. He took shots at A$AP Rocky.
He did.
The Weeknd.
He did.
Rick Ross. And also, of course, Kendrick.
Future, too. Future.
I don't really.
Barely.
He didn't really take a shot at Future. He pretty much was begging Future to be his friend again.
Yeah, he said, you made me sick to my stomach.
He said, there's nothing that happened between us. Someone must be influencing you, Future. Like, come on, we're friends. Like, this can't be you. I told you, man, he's really he really does love Future. Like, he really is Future's number one fan.
I mean, it gotta hurt for people that you thought you was cool with, or that, like, you helped in the past, or, like, you had some sort of, like, colleague relationship with in the industry. It's gotta hurt for all these dudes to be teaming up and throwing shots at you.
Yeah, but they must be teaming up and throwing shots at him for a reason.
Of course.
Honestly, like, I don't like Family Matters, like, because there's too many bars in Family Matters. I feel like
too many bars. What?
Too many bars that are cringe. Some shit is just cringe worthy. You don't even got to be deep, I guess. But some of it is deep because I can't listen to it the same way. Honestly, like,
you ain't like he started the song off with nigga.
No, I don't like he said you always rapping like you trying to get the slaves free. I think that was
in poor taste. Yeah, you gotta read the room at a certain point.
Like, who are the slaves, Drake, and why wouldn't you want them freed? Like, what are you talking about? So I feel like for me, I went back to our old episodes, and after Like That was dropped, and I love the story from Like That to Not Like Us, because it's about culture. And I feel like Drake in this whole thing has proved that he has been moving really distastefully. I mean, not only did he destroy the Good Kid Mad City minivan in the video, he also had Pharrell's chains, showing them off. He also bought Tupac's ring. He uses these hip hop legends and these items as, a negative thing, like to show it and shove it in people's faces, like, oh, I'm gonna buy up everything, I'm gonna throw it in you, I'm gonna diss you, I'm gonna use Tupac's voice on AI and tell Kendrick to rap to target me, talking about, oh, he likes younger girls, like, talk about that. Like, it to me, Drake has been posturing himself in a way that I don't like. And not only was it the slaves free line, it was later in the Family Matters song that I think a lot of the Drake fans, they might really like these lines. I don't know. But when he says, oh, we talked about Like That, and we talked about Kendrick's line, it's not fuck the big three, it's just Big Me. Drake took that and flipped that. He was like, you're right, fuck the big three, it's just Big D, and there's video proof.
That was nasty. That was nasty. And
bro,
then,
what
and
the
then
fuck?
he jumped right to talking about his kids after that.
Bro, like, I don't. If you tell someone to,
He said our kids should play in the park after saying, "Yeah, I got a big dick."
bro, this is a rap battle. What you talking? Put your dick away, Drake. Put it away. Like, first off, like, obviously, I thought he leaked that video himself.
He did. He just claimed it.
For real, like, what are you talking about? Like, this is our Drake fans. Is that what you like? Is that your favorite bar? Is that why you think the song is hard? Because you probably like talking about Drake's Big D, huh? Like, they must love that shit, yo.
So I get what you're saying. There were a couple lines that were weird. I can't find the other one. There was one line where he said something about, like, you trying to call me a snitch or something.
Bro, he starts off the song. He starts off the song by saying, like, oh, you don't really have gang ties like YG and CB and, you know, just like push-ups when he said,
why are you ratting?
It's like in push-ups when he's like, oh, SZA got you wiped down, Savage got you wiped down, Travis got you. Like, no, they don't. Like, what do you just naming names and trying to act tough. I don't like Drake when he acts tough. You know, stick to the melodies, man. I really believe that. So, like, I don't like Family Matters because he's trying to act tough the whole time. He's being extremely disrespectful. But like you said, and like I said, like, diss records are meant to be disrespectful. But I don't want to listen to Drake talk about his dick in a diss record.
There were definitely random lines that it was like it was a little weird. But I think overall, the way he presented the lines, like, he had a lot of bars. He had a lot of bars in here. Whether it's, you know, him talking about the BM and all that kind of stuff, which he introduced it early on in push-ups, saying her name, and then he seemed to double down on that.
He doubled down on everything, which is stupid. You know, what I take from this whole situation is Drake is fucking stupid.
You can't. The problem is, I feel like diss tracks are supposed to be aggressive and attacking. Like, you can't spend half the track attacking and the other half defending yourself. Like, that's just not the way that a diss track is supposed to be structured, because it doesn't, like, land that way.
Bro, he said, because all these rappers waving white flags while the whole fucking club sings to it on Family Matters. He was so confident. He said he's going to go on vacation. He said he was teaching everyone a lesson, and now they have to understand this is what happens when you mention my name. I'm going to walk away, and that's it. How do people like this song after what happened? Like, how do you listen to Family Matters and, oh, this is the hardest record to come out this beef? No, it's not. It sucks. It sucks. He's talking shit that obviously aged terribly. Like,
it's definitely something you got to put in, like, a silo. Like, if you can accept it for what it is at that period in time, great. If you have to wrap it into what happened after that between Not Like Us and Meet the Grams, then yeah, it aged very badly. But I still don't want to take away from the quality of the song. I think overall the song is good.
That's good. I hate it. Never do I want to hear someone talk about jerking off in the middle of a song. Sorry, that ruins the song for me. And also him saying, you rapping like you're trying to get the slaves freed. Sorry, guys. But then, you know, Kendrick stomped on that with Meet the Grams.
Oh, my God.
Pretty much.
It was bad.
Picked Drake apart in the perspective of talking to his whole family.
I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man. Your dad is not responsive. I look at him and wish your grandpa would have wore a condom. I'm sorry that you got to grow up and then stand behind him. Life is hard. I know, like, this is crazy. The way he started this song and then the beat to go with it, there's that eerie piano, like, hitting the minor chords, like, going down. Oh.
Man, it was tough. He talked to his son, he talked to his mom, his dad, then he talked to his daughter, which, you know, I don't know if Drake has a daughter. I don't think he does. But, you know, that's when Drake was like, oh, if I have an 11-year-old daughter, you know, send her to me. And I'm like, I don't know if you should say that.
Not when you're getting called a pedophile. Like, no, you should not. It was just Kendrick went crazy on this one.
Bro, he went crazy. He picked
because he dumbed. The thing is, we know Kendrick for being this lyrical miracle sort of rapper who gives you double, triple, quadruple entendres, like who's got a deeper meaning, who's educating the people, who's thought-provoking. And this was just in plain English. And it was amazing.
Yeah, man, in the cover art, man, he showed like Drake's Ozempic prescription, his Ambien prescription, because Drake was like, Cole's the only one who's losing sleep over this, not me. But why are you on Ambien and Ozempic? And also another bar in Family Matters, he's talking about Rick Ross being on Ozempic. Nigga, you're on Ozempic. Like, are you serious? Cincinnati man said we're going to have Drake come back as a monster. Good. Let him come back then, because he went out like a bitch. Like, come back as a monster after you
Hopefully.
Yo, I don't
He's
care.
not coming back anyway. There's no way. He got killed.
I
got
agree.
killed. So at this point, we got Meet the Grams. Talks to his whole family. Talks to this daughter that may or may not exist. Regardless, who cares if the girl exists or not? Cut out the third verse then. You still got the whole fourth verse to deal with, where he says, I know you probably think I wanted to crash your party. I don't have a hating bone in my body. Then goes on to kill him, talking about how he's got gambling problems, drinking problems, pill popping, spending, bad with money, whorehousing, soliciting women, all this types of stuff that he says. You lied about your accent. You lied about your past tense. Everything is perjury. You lied about ghostwriters. You lied about your crew. Everybody's pussy. You lied on him. And I know yo, this line, I know they all got you in them after calling him pussy and calling you pussy is crazy.
Bro, he found so many ways to get that off, man.
Like, it was crazy. It's a masterclass.
It's a masterclass, and
I am Cincinnati man says Drake is not dead.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, he is still alive, and I'm sure he has a lot of fans. A lot of people. We said that beforehand.
Yeah, and I said that early on in this. I said, I think Drake is too big to fail. But he might not fail, but he's not going to be surviving in rap like that. Yeah. We haven't heard great rap from Drake in like 5 years, if not more.
Yeah, and Family Matters just doesn't do it. Sorry, guys. It don't have a lot of replay value. The things that Drake fans were criticizing Kendrick for, it's funny how that all turns around.
It's just stupid. Take that, like, college grade your essay type of shit and, like, get it the fuck out of here. This is hip-hop.
No, even if it was college grade your essay, Drake got a C, Kendrick got a fucking A+. Kendrick fucking did way different things with the different songs. Drake thought, I'm going to take my time, make a music video. I'm going to chop up your minivan. We're going to do all this stuff, and I'm going to take these shots at people. I'm going to go on vacation. No. It didn't happen that way, buddy. So I don't know how anyone could listen to that song and be like, oh, yeah, it still rocks. No.
It's glaringly obvious, like, Kendrick really ain't respond to nothing that Drake said. He just responded with tracks telling him, you're all of these terrible things. You need to go die. Telling somebody that multiple times is crazy.
It is crazy, but this is rap beef. As he rapped, he was not prepared at all. Cincinnati man wants to come on the next live. Hey, sure, a couple weeks. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to expound on all this stuff because people. I feel like I predicted a lot of this stuff. I said at the beginning, I was like, no one's too big for people to turn on him. I felt like the rec overstayed his welcome. He's very disrespectful to, hip hop culture throughout this process, and I think as we talked about Mos Def last year or a few months ago, people killed Mos Def for saying Drake is a great pop artist. He's not hip hop to him. And I think this proves it. I think Kendrick really kind of, I don't know, man. I just love the fact that we have a lot more Kendrick. He wasn't done.
He dropped that song at like midnight Eastern time, and then he turned around. He was like, spin the block on this nigga. And then he did it and dropped a West Coast anthem.
Bro, not like us. It's probably going to be number one. I think that's going to be the song of the summer.
It's broken like mad records already.
It's crazy.
It's broken insane. It broke a record that Drake had since 2017
Wow. That's crazy.
for most streams in a day. Like it's and the song didn't even drop until the evening.
Yeah. Saturday night.
People were in the club the day of, blasting this song, crip walking, dancing all over Drake's grave. Like, it was nuts.
It was crazy, man. They were at Cafe Azule at Brooklyn. They had the trumpet or saxophone out, too.
Mm-hmm.
They were playing.
Yeah. And that shit sounded fire.
It did. Guys, let us know. Who do you think won the beef? Kendrick Lamar, Drake? I feel like it's over now. Yeah, let us know what your favorite song was. You know, I know it's been a couple of weeks since we talked about all of this. You know, I thought Drake should have shut the fuck up. I didn't like Tailor Made Freestyle, but he disrespected the West Coast in that. He disrespected Snoop Dogg and Tupac, if you ask me, and he was taunting Kendrick Lamar, drop, come out. And Kendrick listened. You know, Drake, I know you said you liked Drake strategy at the time, like being like, oh, like you going to give us a double, triple, quadruple entendre.
He got it. He got what he asked for. He got what he asked for. And listen, that's what church folks say it all the time. Be careful what you ask for. If you ask God for it, he going to deliver it. It may not be how you want it. It may not be when you want it, but it's going to be right on time. And this man, Kendrick, was right on time. It was crazy.
It is crazy.
I Am Cincinnati Man says, what are y'all going to do if Kendrick is Ike Turner?
I don't even understand that question, man. Like, first off, there's no evidence to support that. The reason why Kendrick's lines, you know, when he says certified lover boy, certified pedophiles, wop, 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 wop. The reason why that sticks is because, like, first off, Drake asked him to say that. He literally said, talk about this on the record. So you can't be mad at Kendrick when Drake introduced this into the beef. Secondly, there's plenty of, you know, as Drake said in The Heart Part 6, like, oh, there's TikToks and other evidence out there that people have been talking about for years about this. And also, before he says certified lover boys, certified pedophiles, he does reference someone in Drake's crew who does have some sex trafficking charges. He's like,
Baka not nice.
he's like, Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? Like, why is he around? These don't even properly comprehend a Kendrick Lamar song. Like, and also, Kendrick was smart in getting ahead of it and just be like, you're going to lie on my family. So I feel like that's all he needs to do in addressing it. Yeah. But Drake going out of his way to tell someone to say this about me and having no defense for it, you think you're just going to put out a music video and walk away? No. Come back, little boy. No Drizzy.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I mean, to answer your question, Cincinnati Man, honestly, if, God forbid, Kendrick turns out to be a domestic abuser, I don't think it changed anything about what just happened in this rap beef. Does it change how we perceive him, how we view him as this upstanding individual who's, you know, one of the greatest rappers of all time, blah, 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 this great upstanding man? Sure, those things may change, but what happened over the last week and what he just did to Drake, I don't think it matters.
Yeah. And
like, he got embarrassed from forget like whether things are true or not true. When you look at the music, when you look at the delivery, when you look at the way it's received by the culture, like, it's not even a question. Somebody's got a song that everybody knows all the words to already, and it's been out for 3 days.
Wop, 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 wop.
My girl, she don't even listen to rap like that. She over here getting ready to go back to her crib. She's talking about wop, 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 wop. I'm like, what is going on right now?
Freaky ass nigga. He is 69 God.
Exactly. Like, it's nuts. It's nuts.
It's amazing.
This is about to play all summer long.
It is. And also, Drake addressed this himself. He said, I don't want to fight with a woman beater. It feeds your nature. I know he said he was a lesbian before, but I guess this confirms it. Yo, y'all love Drake, and I'm just like, do you hear the shit he says? For real. It's ridiculous. But anyway, let's get back to not like because he not only just makes those claims about, you know, OV Ho OV Ho's crew and, you know, A minor, which I think is was probably the best bar of the whole beef. You know, he said trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
Yeah, he held that out for a long time too.
And Drake tried to flip that, which, come on, he tried to flip everything and be defense mode in that Heart Part 6, but
you can't be defensive in rap beef. Like, you just can't.
But Not Like Us breaks down how Drake has kind of used Atlanta and Atlanta rappers to progress his career.
Dog, he gave a history lesson.
Bro, he gave a history lesson in a club song and a rap diss, man. How could you be mad at this man?
And he was like, oh, you want to name people? I'll name people that you tried to steal from. And then he just started listing rappers. Like, yo.
Bro, when like that came out, I was like saying how it's dangerous for Drake because he's a Canadian and he's not in tune with the American culture. And I was saying how going up against like Kendrick and Future, it's a lose-lose situation for him. And I feel like the whole time from, you know, like that, you know, them questioning J. Cole and Drake or whoever's, you know, does not have that same upbringing from the streets and hip hop. To Not Like Us, where Kendrick lays it out and is like, no, they are not like us.
Yeah.
I feel like if Cole would have still been in this beef, he would have had a whole verse for Cole too. And that's nothing you want to be associated with.
No, you don't.
You know, and I feel like Cole doesn't deserve that because I feel like Cole actually does make an effort, but I love Not Like Us. I love that song.
Yeah, I would say, you know, we're going to talk about the Heart Part 6 in a second, but if I had to rank the songs in my like top 3 order, I would say Euphoria, Not Like Us, and then Family Matters. Meet the Grams is 4, just because like while I like the disrespectful piece, as good of a song, even though again, I'm not with all these people saying, oh, it's got to be a good song. Oh, I'm not trying to listen to this again. Like, I don't feel that way. I think it did exactly what it was supposed to do in stepping on Family Matters, but I think Family Matters is better.
Yeah, I can't fuck with Family Matters. I'm not listening to no song about some dude talking about jerking off. I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to stand on that. Trying to get the slaves freed. Can you imagine his white fans, like, saying that out in public? Like, he's trying to get people hurt.
That's a good point.
What the hell?
That's a good point. I didn't think of that.
It's ridiculous. But we could talk about the Heart Part 6. It was the last song that dropped. We've been talking about this almost an hour, guys. But
it can't be helped. It can't be helped.
The Heart Part 6, man. You know, he used Kendrick's, you know, the Heart series to put his own addition to the series.
Which was stupid. If you're going to put out a trash song, don't give it the same title as like a great series.
Well, Kendrick already did that with the 616 in LA. He took his format, so he was trying to flip it and take Kendrick's format.
Stop being a copycat. But that's his whole career, I guess.
Exactly. You know, I mean, he even starts off copying off of Kendrick, being like, oh, our Pulitzer, you know, winning artist is spiraling. It's like, bro, we heard we heard Kendrick say you were spiraling days ago. You can't flip that now because clearly you were just supposed to be on vacation. Not just now you put out another record. Who's spiraling? Come on. And that's what I love about Not Like Us, again, to go back, because Kendrick goes like, you know, the fans aren't dumb. Like, they're not, the fans aren't stupid. They know, you know, you're lying. And he kind of really did take away all of Drake's fucking superpowers.
Dude, because he called out all the people he tried to take his superpowers from. Future, Baby, 21, Thug, Quavo, 2 Chainz. Like, he listed everybody. Not
only that, but he kind of put him on blast in other ways as well. And also, he talked about leaks in his camp. He targeted every ounce. He targeted his family, his son, his mom, like everything. You know, him just being weird, his braids, like he really picked him apart.
That second verse, he went nuts though.
The third one was the one for me, man, when he said, "Yeah, see you with sexy when I believe you see 2 bad bitches." Oh man, but yeah, man, that the Heart Part 6, the worst diss record ever in the history of hip hop, because this
shit got 1 million dislikes right now.
Who
1 million?
That's insane. I mean, It's crazy. Like, it's crazy that I feel like Drake did himself. I feel like he dissed himself on this record.
He did multiple times.
I mean, at the end when he's talking, he even says, "Oh, you put out a song, you know, I would even want to dance to if you weren't acting like, you know,
if you weren't hurting my feelings and calling me a pedophile."
Oh my God, that's crazy. But what did you think of that? The Heart Part 6?
It was terrible. It was offensive shit. You can't do that in a battle. Like, if you can't do that when you're having 4 or 5 songs dropped on you in the span of a week. Like, you can't. And he just dropped an anthem. You need to sit the fuck down and like go back to the drawing board or something, because the strategy you got, it's not working. So why would you put this song out?
Oh, it's Cincinnati Man's birthday. Happy birthday, bro.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, let us know what you're doing. You know, we'll take a shot for you. Tour season. Yeah, I didn't like the Heart Part 6 at all.
There's nothing to like in this song. Like, I get that, like, sure, he gets in his bag a little bit with the verse, but I don't care at this point. If you're not like blasting and shooting back, like, you can't have half of this be like shit you already said, half of it shit Kendrick already said, and then the end you like, yeah, man, I'm defeated, but you know, you made the block hot, so I'm gonna step away. Like, it just was whack. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was whack. And if someone is calling you like a predator, you know, if your response is being like, well, you got molested, that's why you're offended. It's like, what?
Drake is not a name you're gonna see on no sex offender list. Easy does it. And then he says, I never look twice at no teenager. And then he drops Millie Bobby Brown's name. Like, there's like mad stuff in here that's just like
unnecessary.
What are you doing?
Bro, he asked for this. He introduced this narrative into the beef. That's what I don't understand. That's why I said it was stupid. It was a real bad move, and he didn't think it through. And I feel like he wrote this song in real time, and I don't think anyone helped him because he didn't help himself, man.
His best line in this whole thing was the last line where he's like, Whitney, you can hit me if you need a favor, and when I say I'll hit you back, it's a lot safer. That was the best line in the whole song.
Yeah, he goes into Kendrick's song, Mother I Sober, and he pretty much says, oh, in that song, you know, you said you got molested, and I understand. He even kind of described it. This is when your father leave you home alone with no protection, so neglected. That's why these pedophile raps and shit you so obsessed with, it's so excessive. They acting like it's so aggressive, but you just never known affection. It's like, bro, that's not what the song's about. Like, and more people should listen to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, as Kendrick said.
Yeah.
But because I feel like that's a really good song. And I feel like Drake got all this stuff from Kendrick Lamar's songs. Like, literally, I don't think he could get any information. And anyone can go back and listen to the song and be like, bro, like, that's not what it's about. So when Kendrick says, oh, the fans aren't dumb, like, you can't, like, why would you go and base a whole narrative off something that's clearly people are going to look at and be like, this is false? That's why there's a difference between everyone's like, oh, people are saying everything Kendrick said is the truth and everything Drake says is a lie. No, Drake's just saying shit with no proof at all. Kendrick is playing upon themes that have existed for a while, and there's a lot more to the conversation. So of course the internet is gonna, you know, find things and things are gonna circulate. You don't see that with Kendrick. Tell me, Drake fans, like, where if you guys want it to be equal, show me the evidence or the pattern between anything that Drake is saying outside of, oh, why is your girl following him and not you? What? Oh my God. And also, you know, he's waving the white flag, where in Family Matters, another line, he's saying everyone, you know, these rappers are going to be waving the white flag while, you know, they singing along into a club. And that's exactly what happened to him the next day. The next day, it wasn't even any time. So it's just like, bro, I'm glad that he quit. I think it's sad that he quit. I think he looks way worse than J. Cole. In hindsight, like, him doing all this and talking tough.
This was bad.
Like, don't talk tough and then tuck your tail and run away and then act like, oh, yeah, like, you making it hot. You burning this out. Like, he even sounded depressed on this song. But I did find it pretty disturbing that he was like, I'm way too famous
to be a pedophile.
Touching kids. I would have been arrested already. It's
After all the pedophiles that have been famous.
He said, I expected the Epstein angle from you. It's like, bro, I mean, listen, it has 1 million dislikes on YouTube for a reason. As soon as this dropped, everyone kind of picked this apart. Drake also said, I planted that information. Like, come on, no, you didn't, because, like, let's be real. He just saw people's reactions on Twitter, put that in a song, tried to back out. And if he does come back, like, I would love to see it. Like, come back, Drake. Like, what is he gonna do? But I will say, it is a bit spooky with, you know, his security guard getting shot. But before we get into that, like, I guess, you know, do you guys think Drake is done? Troy, do you think he's waving the white flag?
You know, I don't think he is. I think like maybe rapping. I feel like the moment I feel like the battle is done, I feel like the battle is lost. But I feel like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he dropped something in a week or two and it's like, you know what? Let's say he has some more dirt on Kendrick. It's like, all right, like it sucks. God forbid if the rumors and accusations are true, that would suck. But I mean, it'd be like, okay, like the moment passed, man. You lost. Like, it's kind of like, okay, you got your consolation. It's kind of like the fight is over and now you're telling the teacher, like, look what he did or whatever. It's kind of like, I don't know. But I don't think that. I don't think he's going to go out like that. I think he's probably going to do some sneaky Drake shit or something. I don't think he's done.
I think he's done. I think he's done. It would be the smartest decision now to just, like, you took your L, go off on vacation. We'll see you in a few months in the summer when you decide to drop a single or something. Or your betting slips or whatever. Like, you're going to pop up at some random fights or something. I don't know. But it would not be wise. Because after the masterclass that Kendrick just put on, from the way the timing, the strategy of when he dropped, like the different types of songs he dropped, like he dropped a song for every occasion. Like it's like it would be a really dumb idea.
Yeah,
it's like when you see a fighter get knocked the fuck out in the ring. And then they're like, oh, I'm going to initiate my rematch clause. And then you see the same shit happen again. They look stupid.
But they get paid. That's the thing. That's different.
Well, the thing is,
he can lose money getting back into it, though. That's a big difference.
Exactly. From what they're saying online, like, the record labels are not happy with this.
Why would they be? And why would he introduce that theme? Like, I would never tell someone to say some shit like that about me. So I can never feel bad for Drake because he literally asked for this. Like he did, and he could delete the song all he wants, but he called for the boogeyman, man.
Cincinnati man said, y'all tricked me and had me come listen to Drake slander. Listen, man, a few months ago, I came in here and I was like, coal over everybody. And at the end of this week, or at the beginning of this week, or whatever it was, there's one dude standing. That's what it is. That's just what it is. I mean,
standing those size 7 men's.
It's standing 10 toes down in those size 7 men's. Like he stomped Drake out. So
yeah, I think it's over. I hope Drake is too petty of a guy to not say things here and there. Like, I think he's definitely gonna have some slick shit to say, but I don't think he'll put out a full blown diss track. I mean, he should have took his time with this. I think he made the worst moves ever.
He did because I think it all started with the first 2 diss tracks. He put them out, and I think he expected Kendrick to like rush into the battle and like start dropping quickly, and Kendrick was like, "Nah, I'm gonna set up my game plan." And I think, like Drake said in the Heart Part 6, Kendrick probably got 10 tracks.
He said
because
100. He said he could drop 100 tracks and I'll see you later.
He went from drop, where you at? Don't run from the smoke to, yeah, man, I know you got mad tracks. I'm off this. So clearly something went wrong in the middle. And I think Kendrick had everything ready and lined up. He waited for the heat from push-ups and the TaylorMade thing to die down. Dropped Euphoria. 3-4 days passed. He didn't hear nothing from Drake. He was like, I'm going to drop again. Then Drake finally drops his big hit. steps on it, and then drops again after that. Like, it's just, he overwhelmed him.
I mean, yeah, Drake asks for this, and then he goes and says, like, I don't even want to diss you anymore. Like, who says that in a diss song? I don't want to diss you anymore. What? And then he says, you could drop 100 songs and I'll see you later. Maybe they'll see you later. Maybe he'll come back. But after you say, I don't want to diss you anymore, and kind of just sound depressed and defeated, and we know the general consensus is that you lost. You were embarrassed. It's trying to...
I don't know how anybody can come up with the fact that, like, you lying to yourself.
He's totally in defense mode. He's trying to, like, save his image now. But it's like, bro, why would you even introduce this in the conversation? Why would you start talking about people's families? Why would you keep doing disrespectful, distasteful things? Put your dick in your pants, Drake, and go hide away for some time and come back with some house music. You better walk around like Daft Punk with a helmet. But... I don't know. His life is fucking in shambles because, bro, there was a shooting at his house in Toronto.
There was.
His security guard got shot. And then I saw today, someone tried to break into his house. And, I didn't even think too much of the shooting at his house at first. But then, actually, Jenna sent me the article about, the Weeknd's manager, Cash, his security guard got shot in L.A. a week ago. And, The Weeknd and Drake obviously have been going back and forth, man. Is this some real street Canadian beef?
I don't know. I do think that anytime you see somebody who's a celebrity get their address or a picture of their house posted up, like, it's like an invitation for bad things to happen.
That's already public information, though. Like,
it is, but, like, it's different. It's a difference between somebody having to look the information up versus, like, it's being plastered all over the internet. Like,
so you don't think there's a connection between the home invasion in LA with Cash from Weeknd's camp, and then a few days later, a drive-by shooting at Drake's house? You don't think those two things are connected?
I think those could be connected, but the thing today with somebody trying to get into his house, I think that's, like, just because of all this publicity and stuff.
Yeah, I do have a clip I want to play. This newscast talking about it. It's crazy.
Guard who was shot outside the mansion of the rapper, I should say, Drake in Toronto.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's a bad. You got to sue that man.
You can't sue someone for that.
That is a bad mistake at this point in time.
It was a Freudian slip. I don't want this to turn into, like, no street shit, but it gets spooky. No. I mean, Drake's the one who kind of introduced that. Kendrick talked about extortion and other things. So I hope it doesn't spill into anything else, like, in the streets. I don't want to see anyone get shot. But if I'm one of these men's security guards, I'm asking for a raise ASAP, bro. I'm not getting shot for some stupid ass music shit. If that's what's going on, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. I hope it's not that, but clearly a lot of people have issues with Drake.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's going on vacation. Get away from it a little bit, let things die down.
Yeah, he needs to learn a thing or two from Cole, but if someone is shooting at you, you can always learn from a rapper, because there's one woman. She learned from Lil Kim.
Oh my God! Let's listen to this video real quick, and then talk about it.
And we just sped off. We already heard a few gunshot rounds, but I ain't think nothing of it. Nobody didn't hear no screaming. So I'm getting to the car. I hear fire, 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 fire. At least by 7 rounds. So I'm ducking, I'm dodging, I'm ducking, I'm dodging, I'm ducking, doing Lil Kim. Trying to get my baby in the car, and I throw my baby in the back seat, and
they just sped off. Interesting
strategy. God. I mean, her reenactment was pretty good, but who would have thought that Lil Kim actually, that dance could actually save someone's life?
Listen, I would have never thought it, but I will say this woman, I'm surprised they didn't have her name in the article, which is weird. I guess she was like, don't put my name in that shit. Oh, I'm lying. Sharia Taylor. There we go.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Yeah, but she's got a future in entertainment. She definitely does, because she had some little hints of Bernie Mac in her delivery of that joke.
It wasn't a joke. This is what really happened. You're talking about jokes.
You're right. But either way, she made it funny.
She did make it funny. That's some scary shit, man. Like, I couldn't imagine just hearing gunshots and, like, having to fucking move. Like, what the hell?
Ducking and dodging and ducking and dodging.
God damn, yo! Shout out to her, and shout out to Lil Kim too.
Yeah,
you know, that was crazy.
Lil Kim saving lives
For real. Yeah, some positivity, guys. Let us know, guys, who won, Drake or Kendrick? And also, what dance moves do you think would be effective, you know, if you're getting shot at? I would just stop, drop, and roll. But hey, I don't know. But yes, make sure you like this video, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We're also on Kick, Rumble, Twitch. We're going to be back in a couple weeks. Next week, we will be hitting the streets. So, we're going to bring some of our topics out to the streets. Mm-hmm. So when we do come back on our live stream in 2 weeks, we'll definitely be able to catch up with you guys.
Definitely. Oh, man.
But yeah, man, on our last live, man, we talked about TikTok being banned. And we were like, who could actually purchase this? Because they said they have to sell it off to a United States company. So we were like, Will it be Meta? Will it be Microsoft? Will it be Apple? We didn't think about Soulja Boy, man.
We did not. I can't believe it. So, Soulja Boy, he was talking to everybody on Twitter, and he was like, I can't believe y'all just gonna let them ban TikTok like that. And y'all think it's funny. If they do it to this app, they can do it to any app or site. Not cool for real. Y'all will see later. Now, this comes on the heels of him posting how much he made on TikTok in a day. He made like 32 grand in a day on TikTok.
Wow, that's not bad.
Yeah, made a solid amount, but maybe it's enough for him to just buy the app.
I don't think it works like that.
He followed up after he tweeted. He was like, how much y'all want for TikTok? I'll buy it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, he wants to be the first rapper to buy TikTok. I mean, he's the first rapper to do a lot of things. I don't know. But for real, do you think that, like, another company's going to buy TikTok? Like,
I think they're going to take this to the Supreme Court. They're going to fast track this to the Supreme Court before they fast track Trump and his bullshit.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, I don't know.
Trump's whole team, his whole strategy is delay until I become president so I can just make myself immune.
Yeah, true. I mean, I don't know if it's going to work. He's dealing with a lot of shit. But Soulja Boy, good luck trying to buy TikTok. Let us know, guys. Do you think Soulja Boy would be a good owner of TikTok? Do you think? I mean, come on. He got big on YouTube.
He did.
And he started the whole, like, YouTube dance trend, and now that's all people do on TikTok. So the culture.
They stole my whole flow.
Drake.
Bar for bar, word for word.
I love Soulja Boy, man. Good luck to you, bro.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
He is a legend.
Yeah, he is a legend, man. Speaking of legends, man, Jerry Seinfeld, man, he was talking, what is this, on the New Yorker Radio Hour, He pretty much gave his take on the state of comedy today, and he blames the extreme left and PC crap on, I guess, ruining comedy.
Let's take a listen. Maybe people listen. This thing is acting up. I think it might be the number of streams, by the way.
Oh, the lag?
Yeah. Because I'm having issues with it.
With the video?
Yeah. Let me close some stuff. We're dealing with some technical issues, everybody. Make sure you follow, subscribe on all platforms. And don't forget podcasts as well. YouTube Music, Spotify, we on there.
Yeah, follow on Spotify. We dropped the pod. I know people kind of come in and out of the live stream, but we dropped the full podcast every Friday. So
Yeah.
Are you playing a video?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Go home at the end of the day, most people would go, oh, Cheers is on, oh, MASH is on, oh, Mary Tyler Moore is on, All in the Family's on. You just expected, there'll be some funny stuff we can watch on TV tonight. Well, guess what? Where is it? This is the result of the extreme left and PC and people worrying so much about offending other people. When you write a script and it goes into 4 or 5 different hands, committees, groups, here's our thought about this joke, well, that's the end of your comedy. They move the gates, like in skiing. Culture, the gates are moving. Your job is to be agile and clever enough that wherever they put the gates, I'm going to make the gate.
Damn, so he's not happy with the currency. He talked about TV. It's like, bro, is he upset that there's no more TV channels? Like, or he's just upset, I guess, the political climate and sensitivity out there. I feel like, the examples he mentioned, Cheers, MASH, it kind of speaks to a different time,
It does. It does. When I first heard this, I was like, is he just broke and he doesn't want to pay for the streaming platform?
He's not.
Like,
has a lot.
What is he doing? Like, I just don't get it right now. Like, there's a lot of shows on TV. Mm-hmm. Now, if you don't like that, maybe there aren't as many comedy shows now. I can understand that a little bit, but there's definitely plenty of content to watch.
I guess he's saying the content's watered down because of PC culture. So the stuff, and I guess when he does mention having multiple people like review, he's kind of mentioning, I guess, like Netflix or like HBO and these other platforms who, they do, have a lot of people who kind of revise things and monitor what's put out there. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure about the behind the scenes, activities and stuff, but I don't know. Like, I feel like the climate of just what's on TV has changed because people have gone to the internet. That's why these streaming companies are trying to, put out content that get people watching. Troy, did you take anything from his comments?
I think he just needs to expand his shows. I mean, there's plenty of quality raunchy TV shows that he's talking about. Like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia has been on for 15 or 16 years, and that they have like blackface. They have all this stuff in that show that is anti that quote unquote woke culture and stuff, So I think he just needs to maybe expand it a little bit more. And he's also old and maybe a little out of touch with all these different shows and stuff because there is a lot of stuff to watch. So I get not being able to see, just turning on the TV and you have the same shows because it's all spread out. But I mean, I think if you try hard enough, you can find a decent amount of comedies if you want the raunchy stuff or whatever you want. I mean, it's there. It's just hard to find.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think that there's definitely TV out there. And at the same time, maybe some of that other stuff just isn't... If it's not viewed as funny anymore or it's not acceptable in the culture anymore, there's still other things that you can find funny. Mm. Like, Cat Williams said it best when he said, if you can't figure out how to be funny with the audience today, then maybe you're just not funny. Mm. I don't know.
Did you watch Cat Williams' special on Netflix? He did a live special on Netflix.
I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. Did you?
I took a nap to it.
Damn. That's not what I want to hear.
I did. I was at my parents' house on Sunday. They played it. I took a nap while it was on. Damn. But Netflix, they are investing more in live events.
They are.
Maybe
big time.
I don't know. Maybe Jerry Seinfeld's not fully aware. I know he's aware because I'm sure he was aware of the Tom Brady roast that was going on Sunday night.
He would have had to be. Because
he does business with Netflix. His show Seinfeld's on Netflix, so maybe you would think he would actually shout out his own show, but sometimes old people just want to complain. But I did fully watch all 3 hours of Netflix roast of Tom Brady, hosted by Kevin Hart. Had a bunch of other comedians on there like Nikki Glazer, Andrew Schultz, Sam Jay. Mm-hmm. Drew Bledsoe was there, Bill Belichick, Peyton Manning. Ron Burgundy, Anchorman himself, pulled up. It was fun. Did you guys watch the roast of Tom Brady? Let us know what your favorite jokes are. I think we have some of them, right?
Yeah, we've got a clip. We've got a clip here.
Belichick showed up late, but don't worry, I'm sure he has someone secretly recording this so we can watch the whole thing later, okay? Bill has secretly filmed more guys playing for the other team than Diddy.
Oh, boy.
That's your boy, Kev.
They wasted no time with
Tom
the Diddy
said
jokes.
that the reason he loves football is because it allows him to be his most true, authentic version of himself, hiding behind a mask, throwing things at black people. I'm kidding. He never threw to the black guys. Gronkowski, Edelman, Welker. That's not a receiving corps. That's a law firm. And with that divorce coming up, you're going to fucking need him. Oh, that's why Dana's here. So you can learn how to fuck a Brazilian out of half their purse.
He killed that. He really did.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I feel like Tom Brady took it on the chin. You know, he sat there, he laughed through a lot of it. I mean, at one point, he did it, go up to Jeff Ross and be like, "You better shut the fuck up." When
he said, "Don't say that shit again."
Yeah, he was making jokes about Robert Kraft and you know him getting the happy endings.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything was on the table, man. They were going at Brady, you know, his divorce from Gisele, you know, her leaving him for her jiu-jitsu coach. You know,
Crazy.
Nikki Glaser had one joke. She said, "Oh, it's I don't want to butcher it. I'm going to butcher it." But she was like, "It sucks. She's dating a guy and you can't even do anything. He could beat your ass while he eats her ass at the same time."
yeah. No, you delivered that exactly how it landed.
Well, it was hilarious. No Diddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was really funny. I mean, it was 3 hours long. Some people, like Ben Affleck, I don't know what the hell he was talking about. He just kind of went on a rant against the fans, and you know, Kim Kardashian got booed, which was a little bit awkward. I read that in the updated edited version, they took out the boos.
Did they?
Yeah. You want them to leave the boos in there?
Hell yeah. I don't know. Sometimes when they edit stuff, it's I don't know. I just don't think it's intellectually honest. I think they're trying to cover up shit. Like they with the Tom Brady documentary or something like that. They changed the announcement when Nick Foles caught the touchdown. They took out Nick Foles' name from the announcer when he was talking because they don't want anything about Nick Foles in the Tom Brady documentary.
So what? Nick Foles could have that in the Nick Foles documentary. Get your own documentary, motherfucker. Nobody's going to watch that shit except for the guy who was eating shit in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Speaking of eating
Any
shit in
Eagles
Philadelphia.
fan would watch that.
Speaking of eating shit in Philadelphia,
Super Bowl
shout out to the 76ers whose season's over.
Damn.
But anyway, they had a lot of jokes on Brady, his family. You know, another joke was like he left his first wife, you know, while she was pregnant, but he didn't know she was pregnant. He just thought she was getting fat. Like, it was funny. It was a lot. But we know, like, we talked about Tom Brady and Gisele getting a divorce. You know, when he retired, unretired, he chose football over his wife. It seemed. But she spoke out. I guess, you know, her rep spoke out, and she's not happy about this, man. She said it was disrespectful. It hurt her and her kids. What do you think about that? And why do you think Brady even did this? Like, he has it all. You know, people only say great things about him. Why did he do this?
I think it's first I get her being upset. That's her job to be upset. They've gone through a divorce. I mean, they
were joking on her.
Yeah, they ripped her, and as they should. She's decided to turn around and fuck her jiu-jitsu instructor, who she was probably cheating on him with for a while anyway.
Yeah, he was folding her up long before the divorce.
Exactly, pretzels and everything. Like she deserved that.
Did she really, you think? Because I mean, that's something you got to think about too, because they still have young kids.
They said they came to an agreement. Like when they were working on the prep for this, they said the only things that are off limits are Robert Kraft,
really,
and the kids.
So that's weird.
They said everything else, go right ahead.
I mean, that's the kid's mom. And when you talk about a man losing his family, like, that's pretty much related to the kids. I don't see how you separate
As a man that's now divorced, I'm sure he's like, hey, you want to talk shit about my ex? You go right ahead.
So you think he did that on purpose? Because I feel like he did. I feel like he liked
think so
those
too.
jokes.
I think he liked them too. He looked like he was laughing.
Yeah.
I think this is also like setting him up for the next stage of his career, whatever the next step is. If he's going to go be a broadcaster for 150 million or whatever it is, or if he's going to do something else, like this is getting ready for that.
I don't see how this gets ready for being a broadcaster at all. He was just sitting there getting roasted for 3 hours.
But it's the visibility.
Bro, he's Tom Brady. He don't need no visibility. What are you talking? 7 rings.
Listen, I get that aspect, but they got to put him on TV doing something other than wearing a fucking helmet and throwing the ball around. They got to put him on TV.
He already signed a $350 million deal or whatever with Fox, so that's already set in stone. It's going to happen. Also there's like some crazy floods going on in Brazil, and this is like Gisele's like hometown or whatever. So she was like saying, I'm not in the mental space now. Like, we're trying to like deal with serious things, and this isn't helping.
I don't care.
Damn. I mean, I think it is fucked up because I have seen videos and stuff of what's going on over there, and it's bad. It's
of
really
course
bad.
it is. There's tragedies happening all around the world. You think they're going to change when this roast is happening because, now there's a flood in Brazil? Fuck out of here.
Listen, all I'm saying is...
Look at the Met Gala. You didn't see none of them bullshit-ass red buttons for Palestine at the Met Gala.
It didn't go with the theme.
Exactly. What was it? Timeless garden. Yeah, Palestine looks like a timeless garden.
Nah, man. The world's upside down. America's crazy, but I get her being upset. I'd be upset. I think Tom did this a little bit.
She's
out of
supposed to be
spite.
upset.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be.
You want to protect your kids and your reputation, but this
And
is
he's
what happens.
also supposed to do shit to spite her.
No, he's not. That's not true at all. But I feel like this was a spite roast. But like, I was wondering, like, could you sit through a roast like this? Because they were saying some real harsh things. It was live on TV, 3 hours. You're sitting there. You don't talk until the very end. Is this something you could do?
If I was Tom Brady, yeah. If I'm me, no.
I'm asking you. Like,
Nah, not on live TV because they went crazy.
Yeah.
Like, they really had some great jokes, but if I'm sitting there and I can't really say shit until the end, like, he wasn't red or nothing. He had a nice spray tan on. He was good. He was good, but I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. Like, I'm too sensitive to be roasted for hours. Like, I don't like that.
3 hours of roasting is nuts.
Yeah. I just feel like because I question it. I'm like, why would someone want to do this? And I'm like, I guess if you're a narcissist and you just like being in the spotlight, then you don't mind people talking about you, whether it's good or bad sometimes. You just kind of want to be the center of attention. And sometimes when you're like on top of the world and, he took some time away from football, and maybe you're right in that aspect that this is him really getting out there. He doesn't have like a very public life like that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, he recently did some interview where he was talking about the state of football right now, and he was roasting all the rules against defensive players and things like that. He's the only offensive player I've ever heard that's like pro defense, mad at the rules that they're implementing to keep the game safe. Like, he's the only one.
Well, he's crazy. I mean, he's the same guy who yelled at the refs whenever he got touched.
He's the Michael
He's the
Jordan
reason why
of
they have
football.
these rules. Let's be real.
That's a
Like,
good point.
you're a lifelong Jets fan. Were you satisfied seeing Tom Brady get roasted a bit?
Yeah, I liked it. At first I was like, I'm not gonna watch this shit. I've seen enough Tom Brady for many a lifetimes. But no, I did enjoy it. I thought the comedians did a good job and everything. It was weird though watching him. I was like, I cannot tell how he's feeling. I was like, is he just like trying to hold everything in, or is just like
the Botox?
Him? Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Because I was like, he is not. He's just like. Looks like a robot or something. I don't know. It was freaking me out, but I was satisfied.
Anybody that's signed up for this, you watch the previous roasts that have happened, you've got to know what's on the way.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like you said, you got to just take it, and hopefully whoever worked with you on your closing lines, they gave you some good shit.
Yeah.
You have have to have a good sense of humor. Troy, could you do it though? Could you sit there with us?
Absolutely not. I'm way too sensitive. I'd be crying or fighting. One of the two.
Yeah.
I'd be way too upset.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. There's no way I could just sit there. I would have to be able to talk too. Like I would have to respond to everything. That's my problem. Like there's no way I would just let it fly. I'd be making all types of faces. I would like to get lightly roasted, but it's not fun. Like you need a real roast. I wouldn't want to watch a light roast. So if I'm not going to be able to participate the way, it'll be fun. Like if I have kids one day, I'll let them roast me. But
Light roast coffee don't even hit right. Like you got to have medium or dark roast. Don't give me no light roast.
No, you're right. But yeah, let us know, guys. Would you ever volunteer yourself to get roasted? And why do people do this? I don't get it. I understood when Justin Bieber did it because his image had taken a hit and he was coming back. And I feel like it really helped him. But Tom Brady, I'm sure they put a lot of money into this. Like Netflix, I don't know, they were at the farm.
They had a ton of people there, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like the fucking setup was crazy. The stage, the amount of comedians and people they brought out. They spent a lot on this event. But yeah, they're putting a lot of money into live events, and even with sports, with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, they're going to sanction that as a pro fight. Now, I know we talked about Floyd fighting Logan Paul a few years ago, and you said, this is going to hurt Floyd's legacy. That was an exhibition. Do you feel that way now that this is actually a pro fight with Mike Tyson coming out of retirement, fighting Jake Paul? Do you think that this hurts Mike Tyson's legacy at all?
Mike Tyson is 60 years old, and 2 months ago he was walking around with a cane. I don't think this is going to hurt his legacy. If Jake Paul hurts him, though, somebody... I don't want to promote violence.
No, you can't.
But I'm tired of this. I'm tired of him fighting washed-up people that should not be in the ring, people that are in the wrong type of ring and should be in a cage for UFC. Like, I'm tired of him fighting these types of people, and then they're like, oh, this is going on his professional record. Like, I hate it. I really do. And then at the same time, I'm probably going to watch this bullshit.
Hell yeah. I mean, especially if it's on Netflix, not like pay-per-view. Like,
Exactly.
They must be spending a lot of money. I'm sure they're getting paid a lot. And I'm sure that's why he made it a professional bout. Because at this point in his career, like, he's not trying to gain nothing. He's trying to get paid. I mean, we saw him fight Roy Jones a few years ago. Yeah. He looked pretty decent.
He looked good. They're
both older men, though, at that point.
And he put his paws on Roy.
Yeah.
He definitely did. And Roy had been fighting more recent than Mike. But I don't know what's going to happen with this. I feel like Jake is way too young. This is like almost a 30-year age gap. Like, it's just...
They on Drake time, and like, come on.
No Drizzy is crazy. Who would have thought starting 2024 that we would have the phrases "No Diddy, No Drizzy," and BBL Drizzy?
Not me.
Like, whose bingo card is that on? Because I need to know.
Someone's nasty ass bingo card. Stay away from me if you predicted that shit. Man, I don't know. I mean, now that it's a professional bout, it does make me more interested in it.
Does it?
Yeah. Like, I don't think it matters either way, but I feel like if it's an exhibition, the way we kind of saw, them say Roy Jones and Mike Tyson won the end of that exposition, it didn't feel right. I wanted to actually, if it goes to the end, actually have like no, when they do exhibitions, it'd be like no knockout clauses and all this other stuff. If it's a professional sanctioned bout, I know we can see something exciting, and I would love to see Mike Tyson knock Jake Paul out. I just don't think it's gonna happen because, like you said, he's an old man now. I don't think it's fair.
I just don't know. Anything can happen in a boxing ring. That's the problem.
Yeah, I hope Mike Tyson bites his ear off.
I don't want that to happen. We don't need a run. We don't need a rerun of that. Because who wants to see Mike go to prison? Nobody.
Why would he go to prison? He didn't go to prison last time.
Yeah, but that was 20 years ago.
So what, man? That has to be in the contract. Like, don't bite my ears.
Oh my god.
Oh man, Troy, do you think Mike Tyson has a chance?
I mean, maybe a small chance, but I just think like he's just like too old, and I don't know. I don't want to see this. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm preparing for the worst.
He's got to try to put him down in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Like if he wants to win this fight, yeah, he's got to put him down. If not, Jake is just gonna wear him down. Wait until how many rounds is it? Do we know?
I don't know yet. I assume at least 8. Since it's a pro bout.
Yeah, Jake is just going to wait till the 6th round, 7th round, and then start putting pressure on him.
Well, I will say, like, watching Jake Paul's fights, he does tire out after the first few rounds. Like, he doesn't have a lot of stamina.
Yeah, but, again, we're comparing him to somebody that's almost 60 years old.
Yeah, but Mike Tyson is also a very in-shape 60-year-old. But, and he seems more put together than, say, like, Evander Holyfield, where...
Yeah, that looked bad.
That was bad when that last fight he did. He wasn't all there.
No, he wasn't.
But we'll see. Let us know, guys. Who do you think's going to win? Jake Paul, Mike Tyson? Will you tune into Netflix? Let us know. That's something we should take to the streets, too. See what they think. I want to hear what the people think. We got Kendrick versus Drake. Shawn Michaels shouted out Kendrick for, the Sweet Chin music line. He said, you guys are welcome to come to the WWE and settle this. What do you think about that? Kendrick, Kung Fu Kenny versus BBL Drizzy in WWE. Who you got?
That's actually a good question. But I'm taking Kendrick. Like I'm not going to be wrong again. It's not going to happen. Plus, I've seen him doing his burpees in the park. He's nice with it.
Yeah.
He's nice with it. He really got the prison form down like he'd been locked up.
For real. Yeah, I got K-Dot too. I feel like he'll definitely do some Rey Mysterio shit, jump off the ropes, kick Drizzy in the head.
That, and he's not going to follow the script at all.
Who? K-Dot?
Yeah, Kendrick's not following no script. He's going to try to kill Drake.
For real, he's going to pull out a steel chair and was not in the script.
Exactly. Suddenly the cage drops down. And you're like, wait, what the fuck?
Yo, I love that video of someone like made Cole, Drake, and Kendrick in like WWE video game, and they started off. They're all in the ring, and Cole just steps out. He just walks out. He's like, I'm not doing this.
Like that boxing match when the guy, you remember that video?
Yeah, I love that shit, man. Oh, man. But yeah, speaking of boxing, but on our last episode, we talked about Ryan Garcia knocking down Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Multiple times. He got the win. He
his
bet
butt.
on himself.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick's got the fucking lead. Hell yeah. He got his face painted. That's awesome. Would you ever paint your face for a game? Like, is that something
for a game? Probably not. I'm past that age at this point.
Oh, you think it's like a young person's thing?
Yeah.
Sure. Would you ever paint your face?
Yeah, probably. Like it feels like a big game at the Super Bowl or something. Yeah, I've done little like streaks for a game, but I would go all out for like a big game or something. Yeah.
Honestly, I have PTSD. The last time that I did my face paint.
Halloween, you mean?
Yeah.
Let's show the picture.
No.
He looked like the nun.
It was bad. It was really bad. I was supposed to be a skeleton, and I wanted to paint myself, and it just looked, like he said, the nun. Yeah. It was really bad.
That's fair.
Yeah, but Ryan Garcia, everyone was celebrating him. He did not make weight for the fight, but he ended up winning. He came out on top. I think it was like a split decision, which most people were like, oh, that's bullshit. But, man, he got popped for PEDs. 25-year-old Garcia was given a test on April 19th by the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, VADA, V-A-D-A, the day before the Haney match. Was popped for Ostarine, according to boxing reporter Mike Koppner. So the B sample is, being tested now. We'll get those results on May 22nd. So if that's positive as well, he's going to have to face some real bad sanctions, man. Fighters have been suspended for using this substance. They say this substance is not, available on any products off the shelf. You have to get it off the streets.
Yeah.
This is something that
They said it boosts muscle growth and strength.
yeah. Amir Khan was popped with this after he knocked out, I think, Kell Brook.
Oh, wow.
Was suspended, I think, for a couple of years. Other fighters have been popped for this. Does this make you look at the Ryan Garcia victory a little bit different? Because he came out when this broke and he said, listen, everyone knows I don't cheat. I don't even know where to find steroids. Believe me, bro. Trust me, bro. That's what he said.
That's what he said. And then I saw he posted a video like, oh, this is what they caught me for.
What? I can't keep up with this, man. Yo.
It's nuts. I mean, listen, it looks bad. It looks bad because, Genzino wants to know if we're doing a Tyson watch party. I'd be down for that. But with Ryan Garcia, I think it's bad because this was his chance to have a comeback after the previous fight where he got handled, body shot, TKO, and everybody was surprised by the outcome. Everybody was picking Haney to win this. Mm-hmm. Ryan Garcia surprises everyone, puts Haney down, 3 times, and now he's been using PEDs. It's not good.
Yeah, I don't think it's good either. And I don't trust him saying, oh, trust me, bro. Like,
No, not at all. This is the same dude that after the fight told us that, he was playing everybody when he tried to act crazy for the previous 3 months. Like, it's just
pattern of behavior.
Exactly. What's real and what's not with this dude? Like, are you really taking boxing seriously? Are you playing? Like,
I think if he's taking steroids, he's definitely taking it seriously. But he missed weight.
he said he was drinking beer every day. How do you train for a boxing match and you drink beer every day?
People do it, man. I mean, some people fall off like that, but a lot of some fighters live that way. Like, it's crazy. Like, more so maybe like in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's that old shit. Like, these days, you understand you can't do that. Not if you want to be a tip-top shape and be able to perform at the level you need to fight with the competition out here. Everybody's got all this different strategies when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to the way you work out, your stamina, your strength, all this different stuff. You can't play around with it. And
well, he wasn't playing around.
yeah, he was taking shortcuts apparently.
Exactly. So that explains why he's able to do all that shit. If you ask me, I think he's cooked.
Yeah.
He put out a diss record against the Haneys. I don't think that's going to help.
Better go talk to Kendrick, get some help.
For real, He also took some shots at Michael B. Jordan. He said he's a fake fighter. I don't even know where that came from, bro.
I mean, yeah, he's in movies.
He said his movies suck. He's not a good actor. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Michael B. Jordan don't bother anyone unless you call him a nerd. Then he'll be mad.
I mean, it sounds like Ryan's right, but still.
Michael B. Jordan's from Jersey. Shout out to him.
He is big Jersey. Shout out to Jersey.
Ryan Garcia is funny. I will say, no matter what, I'm a fan of his.
He's entertaining. I just think he's playing with his career too much. Like, he had a lot of potential and still does have a lot of potential because he's still young. But, like, let's lock in, man.
Yeah.
This shit is not a game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he needs to have a seat. Shout out to Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
Sit down for a couple years. Get it together, man. He don't seem like he's all together. I know he has got a divorce recently. He's a young guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this just came into his system by osmosis. But we'll see what happens with the B sample. But yeah, man, the NBA playoffs. I know last time we talked, we were talking about the Knicks Sixers, and I already, shouted out the Sixers. Shout out to all the Knicks fans who invaded Philadelphia, took over Wells Fargo Center, put those Philly fans to shame. I mean, Philly fans are notorious for booing their own team regardless, but, I'm not mad at them because the Sixers, I mean, they have underperformed.
They didn't have the juice.
Yeah, they've been underperforming the last, 10 years since, the process began. And now I feel like they have some decisions to make. But I will say shout out to the Knicks. Right now they're up on Indiana. I don't like it when the score is this high, even if they're winning, because it's not really at their pace. But hey, If they're able to keep up, that's great and get another win. But
I mean, it's just good that Brunson's not hurt. I got that alert earlier.
oh, I saw him holding his hand, but
Yeah.
you know, I feel like that happens like every game at this point. So many people are hurt. Shout out to Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
Get well soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what are your takes, man? We're in the semifinals now.
You know, last time we potted, I think Bucks were still in it.
Oh yeah.
So shout to the Bucks for, you know, fighting through without Giannis. Dame got hurt the last couple games. Hate to see it.
He came back too and actually was scoring well. I know he wasn't the same. He was like maybe 60%.
He just couldn't he couldn't accelerate, he couldn't drive to the cup. He was basically like a decoy, and they let Middleton cook, which Middleton, he was cooking.
Okay.
He definitely did. He dropped 40 one of the games, dropped 35 the other one. But you know, when you're missing like a top 3 player in the league, that's a lot to battle. Even against the Pacers, they're a good squad. They're young. They've got a lot of athleticism, and the Bucks can keep up. I think they have to make some changes to the team. We've saw 2 sweeps.
Yeah. Yeah, and a gentleman sweep out in L.A., the Nuggets. And now the Nuggets are down 0-2 to the Timberwolves, man. Ant-Man is real. They're calling him the new MJ, bro. I know you love MJ. Do you see the resemblance?
I mean, outside of just the facial characteristics, yes.
I'm just talking about the gameplay, man.
I mean, I think I don't think he plays similar to Jordan, but I think his impact on the game, it's been impressive. It's been impressive. This seems like a big year for him. I mean, the crazy thing is he's 22 years old. And it feels like he's been in the league for like so long already.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a blessing when you get a player that good, that young. You know, I mean, he's been in some controversy we talked about, send the video. But, hey, he's cooking. He's cooking. I love to see it. He rubbed me the wrong way when he talked shit about R.J. Barrett. But, when people talk shit and they deliver on their game, then I don't care. Because you deserve the right to talk shit.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
I like shit talkers as long as you bring your game. And
you got to back it up.
Bro.
You got to back it up. He's been balling. OKC has been balling. Celtics doing what they do. I honestly, there haven't really been too many surprises for me in the playoffs up to this point.
Yeah, I thought the Clippers were going to be better, but, Kawhi couldn't stay on the court. The Mavericks just outplayed them.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'll never believe in the Clippers. Never.
You said that, man. You're right. I picked the Clippers to go to the finals, but I said that was just me being, playing favorites.
Well, I picked the Nuggets, and look at them. Like, they're getting cooked right now.
Yeah, right. But that man right there. They switched.
And then they switched to Jokic. And
of course.
I just I don't know. The Nuggets going to have to do something to adjust, or this is going to be over in 5.
Yeah, when we come back in a couple weeks, we'll be on to the conference finals.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the Knicks are still playing. But stay tuned, guys.
Definitely.
Much more in sports. But, now that we talk about sports betting all the time, and now we'll be able to bet on ourselves, man, at Dave and Buster's, bro.
Oh, boy. When's the last time you were at Dave & Buster's?
It's been a long, long time, actually.
Really?
Like, very long.
I literally just went in March.
No, we're at New York.
No, in Jersey. There's one right by me over in Woodbridge. Yeah.
One in the mall?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I saw that they're actually opening up Dave & Buster's in Newport Mall here in Jersey City.
Get out of here.
So, when I saw this news, I was just like, damn, I'm excited.
When is it opening? This year or next year?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I was like, damn, we can bet on skee ball and whatever else. I'm about to cake up on these teenagers, bro.
You think?
No Drizzy.
Too easy. Wait, so you would really bet on some of these games?
Hell yeah, small wager. It's just, you got to pay to play the games anyway. I'm trying to win my money back.
I feel you on that. I do feel you on that. The thing is with these arcade games and things like that, unless you're really good at a specific game, it can be tough.
But you're betting against your friends. So it says like Dave & Buster's will allow its customers to make bets on its app. You know, users can make wagers on games like Hot Shots basketball or skee ball competition. You know, they said that the arcade bar and restaurant is working with gamification software company Lucra, and the new feature is expected to roll out in the next few months in 44 states.
Wow.
Damn, you have to be 18 or older. Troy, would you be into some money on skee ball or any other games at Dave & Buster's?
I probably would. Probably a little bit. I think it'd be fun. I do like skee ball and those basketball games and stuff. I've never been to a Dave & Buster's, so you know, this is more a reason for me to check one out. Yeah.
What? Oh my God.
We're definitely going. It opens in JC.
That would be fun. Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
Troy, you should definitely put money on beer pong, bro.
Maybe. Yeah.
You win a lot.
Right.
You nice at beer pong like that?
Pretty good. Yeah.
What?
Pretty good.
Dang, man. My skills left me with beer pong.
Yeah, me too. Like Troy carried me last summer. I gotta pop out too.
Yeah.
Again.
Who was it? I can't remember who it was that we played and we got cooked and we were like, this is done.
I know we played at your barbecue over the summer. Tori and I. Tori was killing it. I was doing good. He was killing it. Yeah.
Oh man. It was bad.
Let us know, guys. Would you want to place any wagers at Dave & Buster's? Do you guys want to challenge us to anything? Let us know, because I'm taking on all challengers at Hot Shot basketball. No one's stopping me.
Hot Shot basketball. Okay. I like skee ball. I also like the driving games. I'm good at the driving games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you use manual or automatic?
Honestly, either or. It don't matter for me.
Oh wow, you said whichever, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I will say last time I went out and played games with a girl, like I beat her ass and everything. She ain't
It's only right. It's only right. What do you mean? You gotta let her know who it is.
For real. Like we went go-kart racing, and then we played like basketball and air hockey, and I watched her and everything. And the air hockey was the worst. Like I was just like, psh, psh. I felt like Wayne Gretzky, man.
Because with air hockey, it's like a mix of finesse and strength, and it just makes it.
It's air hockey.
It don't matter if you hit that puck really fast. They don't got a chance to react.
Doing push-ups in between.
Oh, trust me. Back when I used to work at Kane, I would play like against the high schoolers and stuff. I would cook them. Oh my God, it was crazy.
It's all on the wrist, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man, I think it's a great idea. I'm not really for like sports betting and stuff, but small wagers between friends, why not? Why not? If you want it, come and get it.
They're putting betting in everything. Everything is going to be rigged in like 10 years. Yeah. Every single thing in the country is going to be rigged.
Bro, I mean, it's been like that. So.
Well, yeah, looking at these refs in the playoffs, for real.
Yeah, I'm so sick of the fucking ref comments, man. People on the internet and shit. It's so fucking annoying. Yo.
But it's bad.
No, it's not. It's not like, oh, first off, it's always been this way. What do you mean? Like, you act like reffing has gotten worse. No, there's just more eyes on what's going on. There's more people focusing on this shit. But refs are humans. They're not going to get everything.
I think there's been some really bad calls. There's been really bad calls. And I think the worst part about it, it's been late in games. And that's why people are putting a microscope on it.
No, people are putting a microscope on it because they're big, fat babies. Like Jamal Murray throwing shit on the court, throwing temper tantrums.
Well, that was nuts. They fined him $100K for that.
They should have just suspended him a game.
What? For that? Get the
fuck out of here. Throwing some shit on the court? Yeah, what the hell? That's favoritism right there. If it was a different person, they pick and choose. But hey, play well next time. Don't throw no temper tantrums.
Yeah, he's been playing like dog shit.
They've been hounding him. He's looking like Jeremy Lin against the Heat back in the day, getting bullied.
Damn.
Soft. The Nuggets are soft. They're looking soft right now. Like, you hate to see the champs looking like that. Hopefully,
they better wake up.
The Timberwolves are bullying them. They're bullying them, but
which is crazy because last year they got smacked. I guess they learned a little bit. They got that chemistry right.
No, they're playing different. They look like a different team.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I think a lot of people are. Are they undefeated?
Yes.
Them and the Thunder, right?
Yes.
Are they both? Yeah. So watch out for these young teams.
It's a new era, man.
Yeah, it really is. Damn, another offensive rebound. Hit the three. Brunson.
The East better figure it out because the East is like, aside from the Knicks and the Pacers, there's a lot of older teams in the East too.
Yeah, but they're already kind of, the Celtics are old, but they're like veterans, But
they're old, but their core is young, so they're all right. But or at least under 30.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Bumble, dating app Bumble. Mm-hmm. They're famous for always making women have to make the first move, and now they're trying to change their policy, man. They're adding a new feature in Bumble, the dating app. 10 years after creating a new model for dating apps with its women make the first move feature, Bumble is opening the door for men to start conversations on its platform. Bumble is rolling out a new feature called Opening Moves that will let female users set a prompt as which male suitors can respond to initiate a conversation. The feature reverses a long-standing requirement by the app that women should send the first message to their matches, which Bumble said gave women more power over dating lives. Now, I was never a fan of Bumble. I never signed up for that dating app because I'm like, well, am I gonna sit around and wait for someone to message me after? I don't feel like my hands are tied. And also, I do like to make a first move. I mean, I don't mind if someone makes the first move. It's just more rare. I'm just more like, I like to initiate things. But do you think that, this is just going to make them more like the other apps? Because that's what made them stood out. Do you think this is a desperation move? Because, we talk about them saying, like, this newer generation, they're just done with the dating apps.
I mean, I think that it's just them trying to iterate on what they've already done. They're still creating the opportunity where women have to set the initial prompt for somebody to respond. So that aspect, I mean, it's still like they're setting the stage in a way, but it gives a little bit more, I guess, of an opportunity for the guy to respond or something like that. I don't see it being a huge change. I think maybe I don't know what's been going on with their user count or the number of people signing up for Bumble, but you've got to keep changing things.
Do something.
Yeah, you got to be creative for people to stay interested.
Yeah, because I mean, to me, that was the main selling point for the platform. So for them to take that away, I think it makes sense.
Yeah,
I am curious to know, like, the difference between, like, the users on Bumble compared to other apps, because Bumble's also big on, like, they have a thing called Bumble BFF where people just look to find platonic friends on there too.
Yeah, I saw that they're updating, like, the badges or something now. Okay. So basically it's dating intentions, and what it'll say at this point is either life partner or fun casual dates. And they're requiring people to include more photos in their bios too, to try to get rid of, like, bots and things.
Gotcha. Yeah. We'll see. We do have another article that notes, like, the biggest mistake that men make on dating apps, man. Do you know what some of them are?
Let's go through it. I'm trying to pull it up now.
Yeah, they say you've got no game if you're talking about a game. New research has uncovered the biggest mistake men make on dating apps: expressing their interest in sports.
Bro, listen. I have a problem with this one right off the bat.
You have a problem with them saying it's a mistake?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the experts notice far more men profess to be passionate about sports, something that they theorize could be a turnoff for women. They say, we found that men may need to skip some hobbies like football, sports, and pubs, and instead indulge in more leisurely activities like travel, music, and grabbing a coffee to appeal to women. The research revealed that a staggering 23% of men express an interest in football or soccer compared to just 4% for women. Dudes, you're not going to score if you're worried about the score. That's what they say. However, there is one interest with a substantial crossover, and that's fitness or workouts. They say a sizable 21% of men and 14% of women have had, either of those words, fitness or workouts on their profile. So there's more crossover in, actual activity. But when it comes to watching sports, they say, that's a no, you're scaring the hoes.
It's annoying.
What's annoying? Like the fact that the percentages are off, or
No.
that they're saying you shouldn't mention it on your profile?
That you shouldn't mention it on your profile, that you have to hide a piece of who you are because women aren't attracted to guys who are into sports because they're not into sport. Like, I'm sorry, I have hobbies and things that I enjoy outside of like whatever it is y'all do all the time. I don't get it. I really don't.
You don't get it for real?
I get it in terms of, oh, I want to make myself seem cool and appealing to women, but at the end of the day, like, if I enjoy sports, if I'm a huge sports fan, you're gonna have to succumb to that and put on my jersey. Like,
Put on my jersey.
that's what's gonna happen at the end of the day. We all know that. We've all dated women who they weren't a fan of any sports until they met you, and then suddenly they're a fan of that sport. They put on your shit, and they go to the games, and they cheer just as hard as you, and all this other nonsense. We've all dated women where that's happened.
Listen.
So why the fuck do I got to pretend?
I don't think it's pretending. I think it's just being smart. Okay. I don't think it's hiding who you are.
Not hiding a child?
For real. Like, I understood this because for me, like, I have hobbies. I love sports. But that's not something I would highlight or that I do highlight on my dating profile. Like, I meet people in person and I'll tell them I'm introverted, and they're always like, oh, I'm really surprised that you're introverted. You seem like very outgoing, because I'll show myself traveling. I'll show myself out places. I'll show myself like out at a sporting event, in a picture, something like that. But I'm not going to emphasize that. I try to just, leave it a little bit open-ended, but also show like, oh, I love concerts. I try to highlight I love concerts and I love to travel. Things that I know that, I would really want to do with somebody else, and things that will probably attract them. It's funny that they say this because I see a lot of women actually noting sports on their dating profiles to attract men, and I think that's smart.
Exactly.
But they're doing it specifically
To attract men.
Yeah, so I feel like you have to play the same game. You have to do things that, that crossover, that have crossover appeal. So then once you get to know somebody, then you could, introduce them. I mean,
I could see that. I could see that now. Listen, I've been out the game a long time. I don't even know.
My ex is like all, definitely ended up watching sports with me. I created UFC fans. I created, Cowboys fans. It's a cult, but it's true. Like, they don't know until they get the experience. And then if they're cool with it, sure. I mean, I dated girls who aren't so cool with that stuff, but not like, we didn't never get super serious, because I feel like I do it so much that you have to understand it's a part of me. But we could have our separate things. It doesn't have to be we do everything together. But I don't have to advertise that initially. So I get this, and I try to like appeal. But it is funny. Like, I see so many girls be like, "Oh, I love Formula One," or I love like golfing, or I want someone to teach me how to golf, or they put things out there like, "Oh, I love the NBA. I love this," and I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting." Like, okay, sometimes I feel like they do it a little bit. Sometimes some girls will be like, "Oh, I just love being on boats all summer." I'm like, oh. To me, that's a different type of like, you make it a real.
You know what they say about boats and hoes.
Like, for real. Like, it's like, okay, some people put things on their profile because they want something super specific. Like, I want someone to give me princess treatment or just buy me things. I want gifts and things like that. I'm like, no. So I feel like you have to put out what you want to attract. I thought that was pretty good advice.
When you put it that way, I understand, but I don't know. I'm trying to think back to when I had my dating profile. I didn't have much on there.
Yeah.
I feel like I said, like...
I remember.
You remember it? It was like my height, musician...
You're like mixed 6'3" musician.
There you go. There you go. Listen, from an outward perspective, that's the first thing you're going to notice.
Sounds like J. Cole.
For real. That's why you're so hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's funny. Yeah, this one woman, this could be the last thing we could talk about. It could be confusing on dating profiles. You never know, who the person is, you know, what they're trying to put out there. This one woman, she breaks down like how she reveals how she's not skinny to her date. So she's a thicker girl. You know, Jordy, her name is Jordy from the United States. She took to social media to reveal that she takes numerous steps to prepare a potential suitor, you know, that she isn't thin. You know, the comment section was apparently flooded with a heartbreaking amount of other women revealing that they do the same. She said that she has full body photos on her dating profiles and insists on adding the potential suitor on social media, you know, so they see like her other photos and stuff.
Yeah, she full body, all right.
And she says, you know, still like the question lives rent free in my brain. Like, do they know? But a lot of people struggle with this. She was like, you know, even with the full body pics, I'm still worried about if the angle is making me look thinner. You know, one person responded and said, you know, that her car broke down on the way to her date, and, you know, her suitor stopped by to help her and claimed that he left something in his car. He left her on the side of the highway and texted her 5 minutes later saying she was fatter than he thought and good luck.
Oh, snap. That's crazy.
He left her on the side of the road.
No, see, she need to report him to the police or something.
That's not a crime.
No, but you can't just... That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's mean, but it's not. You can't bring the cops in for shit like that.
Left her on the side of the road?
I know. If you're going to go out of your way to help her, how do you just leave her? Like, because that's crazy. At least help her and then leave afterwards if you don't want to go through the date. Man. But I mean, for me, like, I try to show myself, you know, my full body. You know, I want to show myself smiling, because sometimes I see girls, they don't smile with their teeth. I'm like, I need to see what your teeth look like. Like, I need to see.
I feel you on that. I feel you.
Like,
I feel you.
You know, I've definitely gone out with girls who are bigger than their pictures, but I knew there was a risk going into it, you know. There's a lot of tricks. Like, I remember a couple of years ago, I went out with this girl and we connected because we both had pictures of us being in Iceland. And she also had, like, you know, she was a curvy girl. Mm-hmm. Her one full body picture was, she had two. One was like her in the mirror, and it was one of those mirrors that were curvy too. She was a little bit away from it.
that's Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Whenever someone has like
a cheat code.
Yeah. It is a cheat code. If you're ever wondering who's behind those mirrors, no. But she also had,
or who's using that filter where it's like the wavy thing. Have you seen this?
Yeah. She also had like a lot of selfies, but she also had another picture next to an iceberg too.
And of course she looks small.
Next to an iceberg, yeah. She was nice though, but when I saw her, I was like, "Fuck!" Like, this was not what I expected. But I still, you know, had a good time. We still had like a good conversation and everything. But I would never like just leave someone, because I know how much it takes for someone to get dressed and go out on a date. So to me, it's just like, I'm going to make the best of it. I'm not going to leave someone on the side of the road. But I do think it's important. I think her tips are good, because like her adding them on social media, her putting it out there. I've seen girls who are a bit bigger, like literally put it on their profile, like they put up a meme like your stomach kind of rolled up. This is what I look like, you know, just let you know. Or if you don't like thicker girls, I'm not for you.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's good, because you don't want to show up and, you know, get something that, you know, you weren't expecting.
And and I think it's important for people to be honest and upfront with some of these things, because at the end of the day, you setting yourself up for heartbreak, disrespect, whatever the case may be, and you don't want to put yourself in that situation.
No,
it's just not. It's not good for you. It's not good for the other person. It's not good all around. Now, going back to this young lady, she's cute, but I don't think she really has to do that much to make sure people know that she's heavy.
Yeah. But she says, you know, a lot of people related to it, though, you know, and I feel like it is important to, you know, establish who the hell you are. For me, it's just like, I want to be as transparent as I can. Like, I would want someone to watch, like, our show, know what the hell we talk about, like, what we do. Like, you know, if you want to add me on social media, go ahead, you know.
What's your dating profile say right now? What's the bio?
There's no real bio. It just, like, says, like, you know, I'm only on Hinge. But it says like,
You hear that, ladies? Make sure you hit up Jules on Hinge.
oh, they know. No, it's just like, oh, you're
freaky ass nigga. You 69.
all right, guys. It was fun. This was episode 141. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble.
Oh,
Kick.
man.
I'm so excited to hit the streets next week, man.
I know. I can't wait to talk about this Drake and Kendrick shit with people on the streets to see what their thoughts are.
Yeah, we got to ask the people, like, have you ever gone on a date from a dating app?
Yeah.
And, they didn't look like what you expected, and how did you deal with that? Let us know, guys. We want to hear from you, too. Has this ever happened to you, or do you have to go out of your way to kind of present your real self? And are you conscious of what you put on your profile? And, should men avoid sports if you're a woman? Like, is that something you would want to know?
Yeah, what are your top 3 things you want to see on a dating profile to let you know, like, in addition to the physical aspect, I want to swipe right on this person?
No, I was going to say ass, titties.
And then what? What was number 3, Julie? The teeth.
Thank you guys so much for joining. We'll be back live in a couple of weeks. We'll definitely have some other content coming to you, like over May.
Yes.
Definitely keep up with the clips. Like this video, share it with people. Yeah, it's been fun. We got about 7-something minutes to go of this game.
Yo,
going back and forth.
Before we go, we got to shout out the moms.
Oh, yes. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to the moms. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you're famous for... I'm not even going to bring it up. Let's just be... Happy Mother's Day.
Mama Spears, Mama Graham, all the moms out there taking care of everything, the family, and doing what they're supposed to do.
Yes.
We love you. We appreciate you. And we give you a lot of honor and respect.
Yeah, shout out to all the moms out there, love my mom, all the moms out there, we respect you guys, you deserve
Absolutely.
your day. Yeah, you got any plans for Mother's Day?
Yeah, we're going to celebrate Saturday. We're going to be in Jersey doing what it do, celebrating a whole lot. My niece is coming back from studying abroad.
Nice.
Another one finishing her first year of school. We got some graduations in the family and stuff. So it's going to be a really good celebration of Mother's Day the day before too.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Troy? You got any Mother's Day plans?
Yeah, I'll be down Monmouth County, visiting my mom's grandmothers and everybody. So happy Mother's Day to them. I think my mom's watching now. So
Nice.
see you on Sunday.
Yes. See you guys in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the moms. Thanks for giving us life. Without mothers, none of us would be here.
Exactly. Exactly.
Shout out to them, and yeah, we can't wait to come back in a couple weeks. Let's go Knicks.
Yeah, we'll catch y'all soon. Peace.
Peace.